Okay, so let's look at ourselves, how I look like, and my text is ready. Oh, sound check, speaking, everything. Oh yeah. Hey there. Now I will start with 4 pillars that I lift up for my successful foundation. And instead of going on a language that I specify, you or I or like we or like everything, probably I will go with using one self, that word, so it's better for both of you and also for me. And only I found the best way that one self can do is building these 4 pillars before going and chasing success in your own pursuit. So before I begin, let me tell you about a sentence and like a post I found on and I will read this to you, and I will begin with that. Many questions now starting on a path and leaving this dark room, only to follow the candle light that has appeared from distance. Enough of bouncing around, smooth corners of my mind, and better let go, to let it flow and find its direction. Questioning existence, this self is become aware both in perception of times, now to future, past to now. And now I would like to begin with that because I am on a pursuit. I see a vision, a distant candlelight that I'm looking at, and I don't know, I'm in a dark room. I was sitting for quite a time here, but now it's time for action, and now I'm documenting my experiences, my views, and like all sums that oneself can experience in this life. I am summing up in here shortly. And these 4 pillars I would like to mention. Number 1, your people. Number 2, your city. Number 3, your reach. And number 4, your mind. So what do I mean by these? And I will deep dive into this. Your people. So like when I came to this unknown country, I didn't know the language, I didn't know any much of a people, and like almost nothing except some Latin letters, or understanding to read, because when you go to a foreign country to start a new life, it's difficult. So that's what I have decided to do by coming to Lithuania. Only person that I know of was my wife, and this is how I'm starting, because I noticed I love people around me. They're valuable people. They respect me, they value me, everything is good. My family, my friends, everyone. But the difference is the mindset that we have. For example, I'm pursuing to become a successful person, but their pursuit is different. So for this reason, I'm changing people, because some people, can drag you into their experience about life if you allow that. So I started by eliminating people. So the decision I made as oneself is number 1, priorities, by starting with new people, going to new networks, going to environments where these people that you are looking are in similar frequency with the oneself. Number 2, your city. So your city also affects, because in what kind of city you are. Do you have access to public transportation? Do you have, like, how much is the distance from going one place to another? Can you go there fastly, or you need to make transits, or do you need to maybe wait in bus station for hours, which happened to me. So it's quite difficult. So for oneself to build the second pillar is your city, where you are starting from, and how are you processing this. Because do you have access to events that are happening around you? Do you have access to schools or colleges, like teaching networks? Do you have like networking events, public places, libraries, or like for example, these things that personally I enjoy are like book shelves. Like you go there, you take a book, but you also leave one book in it in order to exchange, and you don't know who is putting there, but you just go and check if you like a book or not. So that's also another point. And libraries, resources, what do we have? Because your city determines your environment. The sunlight you're getting, the D vitamin you're having, or the hot, humid weather, or the warm, bone warming weather that's really hot, or are you living maybe perhaps in a cold environment which makes you tougher and strong and resilient, but also touches to your soul, to one's spirit, because when you're living in cold environment you tend to become maybe, or tend to, that you look like, or you appear like cold, as in that general people call. So that also affects. Then your reach. So by your reach is the third pillar that I want to lift up for my successful foundation, but maybe it will be helpful for you. So one self that can build the third pillar before successful foundation, that is fundamental, because you have to make it tough and strong, and also adaptive to situation, is your reach. What do you have in your reach? For example, I started with some like camera that I got from AliExpress. So that was quite a disaster, because I had to edit all the time video, sounds, cut and everything, and I just ruined the first videos, but that's how I'm learning. So for example, I had this camera that I'm recording now, and it was sitting in drawer, and I just never thought of using it. So your reach, what do you have? For example, I have a violin. I play time to time as a hobby, but do you really use it? I mean, do you use it for creating something, for action, anything? Like, what is oneself is doing with this? What are you doing in your reach? So this is very important, and that's what I'm looking at. What do I have in my reach? For example, laptop. Okay, here. Okay, I have pen. Okay, I got this paper somewhere. Yeah, these like cups, bottles. I don't know, anything you can use. So even when you buy like a tomato paste with a glass, later you can use that glass cup or the pot, I don't know, as a cup. I don't know, you can drink water or something. So like, you know, these thoughts are coming, you know, like a engine starting, like a dynamo. It's coming and coming and coming and coming. So what do you have in your reach? Papers? Do you have papers? Then use them, right? You have laptop? You are open to an internet, just as I am doing it now. So I have this light here I got from like a €1 shop in your environment. So this also affects. And what do you have in your reach? Do you have papers that you can practice, books that you have, or like any other things? For example, maybe you don't have a camera, but you need it. So is it in your reach? Can you get it as soon as possible? Because like I remember once quite a time ago when I was child. For example, we would find trashes like from trash like a junkyard, and we would try to be creative and make use of it. And for example, if you find like a can of cola or something, when you find a can, we used to scratch the layer and open it up so you can gather like fruits or something that is on top of a tree. Like, what is in your reach, what do you have, and are you using them efficiently? So these are also important. So this pillar, oneself that can build, what is in my reach. So I'm starting with volunteering in environments like startup environments, people with like-minded people, like salesmen, businesses, business leaders, people who are doing something, people who are building or trying to make a change, trying to leave footstep in this world, what we are doing. Yeah. And above all, the fourth and most important pillar, in my opinion, that oneself can make is your mind. The mind. What are you making of? How are you using your mind? For example, one experience I would like to share. I was like recently in a like a cemetery, and one of our relatives passed away. So I'm thinking, contemplating on about ideas, what can happen. So this came to my mind. If weather is cold, and people around you complaining about the cold. Oh, it's so cold. Oh my God. Oh my God. There is no sunshine. Oh my God. Weather is so like this or that, and so and so. So your mind. This is where it comes. Like, how do you decide? What are you doing with your mind? Are you getting affected because these people are influencing you, because you value them, so you let them, with or without willing, to influence you? So this is important for oneself, that your mind, okay, maybe weather is cold, but if you look around it, nature has no nothing. It's cold for everyone. So how are you making use of your mind? Okay, maybe something happened. How are you interpreting? Maybe you're interpreting something that is natural, maybe over positively. So this is also something oneself may not want, because you might interpret a situation that is perhaps negative or neutral, but you accept it as a positive and maybe build something upon the person that you have encountered, or per people, and you maybe interpret it very positively. And this is also a bad, because next time something happens, you might misunderstand. That happened to me in my past. So going forward, what I'm doing is I'm changing the people around me. I'm managing this. I'm going out, choosing people that I encounter with. I'm choosing my work. I'm choosing my city. I'm choosing my reach. I'm choosing where I want to be in this life while I can and while I have time, because we don't have much time. We are very limited in this world, and we have to make use of everything we can. And okay, we want to become economically independent. So, but what are we doing with the current economy we have? How much are we using efficiently? Okay, maybe look, I have hundreds of books now I invested, but before I had maybe like one or two books that somebody gave away for me. Like, I wasn't reading or doing nothing. And other thing, I have lots of papers, but I'm not using them to write something. So I have this pen, look how long it is. And do I make use of it? I had this camera sitting for months, for like years actually, and I never thought of using it for investing or documenting my journey and sharing. So in going and pursuing a successful foundation to do anything, to become anything, the one self that can build is these four pillars, regardless of order: your people, your city, your reach, and above all, your mind. Well, if you stayed this far, thank you for being with me. Yeah, so these videos will come without edits or nothing, because while I'm sharing these videos in this platform, or in like many other platforms, maybe, I don't know, but my priority is on YouTube. So if you see these videos and enjoy, like, would you mind to like and subscribe? Yeah, that's it. So I will continue building oneself as much as possible that I am aware of, and because time is passing and everything. So yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Take care, have a wonderful time. Bye for now.